as I'm growing older, I'm just seeing like all these jobs I work at like don't really mean much. Like it just helps pay my bills and helps me like stay afloat and pays for the roof on my head. But it's like, what else does it give? And I think that's what a lot of people are realizing is like you get like 25 or 30 bucks an hour, if not more, maybe even 100 grand. But it's like, shit, what can I get with it when everything is so expensive these days? Houses are 500 grand and they're shitty. In some areas, maybe 300 grand, and depending on the area. But it's like, is it really worth it for some house? You're paying so much for just like to live or like own something, and like all these taxes and insurance and bills. It's just like, holy shit, what am I even working for? And that's why I'm just seeing like a lot of homeless people like they just give up. Like it's crazy.
Man, I personally feel him on this because it doesn't matter if you're making double the income if your expenses double. And that's what seems like what's going on in 2025. Everything just getting more expensive, and it's making people lose morale, lose hope in what the future has to offer for America. And it's real unfortunate, especially for the kids growing up in this generation. It's like, it's not looking good for anybody. So hopefully we can turn it around.
9 times out of 10, you working a job right now, you living paycheck to paycheck. They saying you need anywhere from $7,000 to $9,000 to carry you through this summer on top of the money that you already make. So that means if you got 2 jobs right now, you still need an extra $7,000 to $9,000. If you got 1 job right now, you still need an extra $7,000 to $9,000. If you got 1 job in the side hustle, you still need an extra $7,000 to $9,000. I say you need anywhere from $12,000 to $15,000 just to be on the safe side to have that cushion, because you still want to take trips, you still want to have fun in the summertime, you still got kids.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think the average American has an extra $5. So I don't know where people are gonna get this money. And honestly, at this point, it feels like America's bleeding us dry. Every time we turn around, there's another expense, there's another bill. How much more can people take? Can't keep doing this. This is crazy.
The way the cost of living has gone up is fucking crazy. A 1-bedroom apartment is damn near $2,000 a month, which is crazy. Like, what? Food is steady going up. And it's just like, damn, what do y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to live on the street in a box and, eat out the garbage and drink my spit? Because at this point, that's what I'm finna fucking do. Because, no, I'm not finna pay for no $2,000 apartment and I'm barely in it, motherfucker, because I'm always at work trying to keep the motherfucker. So, I don't know.
Here's my thing about the whole rent situation. Not only do they want you to put the $2,000 on the rent, they want you to have first and last month security. And that right there is $6,000. I don't know many people who make $6,000 a month. I'm not saying that they don't exist, they obviously do. But I'm just talking about the regular average American. I don't know many people who are making like $6,000 a month. So in that regard, it's like, who are you making these places for?
I hate to be the one to say this, but the reason that the cost of living is so high, and the reason that regular household items and groceries continue to increase, is because we don't know how to stop purchasing things. We don't know how to say no. We don't have self-control. Like, if I think about history and why in the history books people actually got like a little bit of change, it's because they had some sort of resistance, some sort of self-control. We literally buy. Amazon, TikTok, freaking Target, Fashion Nova, Shein, whatever the case may be. All of these stores always gets orders just coming in and out. At what point do we say no? At what point do we fight back? Because the reality of it is the government is looking at us like, okay, they're never going to stop. So why would we decrease the price on anything? Y'all need to just make some more money and fend for yourselves. But no, everybody has to have the latest everything. I don't know. But coming into the new year, January 2025, I will not be purchasing anything that is not necessary. And I say this and I'm holding myself to it because I am tired of eating my money. I am tired of wearing my money. It needs to go somewhere else. Who's with me?
I believe there's a lot of truth to what she's saying, because honestly, I mean, people do like discipline in America. At the same time, though, I would challenge that thought by saying, I think that we're at a point where it really doesn't matter. I know people who have decreased their lifestyle to an extreme extent, and they're still penny pinching. And I'm not saying that person cannot have it can't be an issue on their own with finances or whatever the case might be. But it's too many people. It's getting too frequent for me to just believe that it's everybody else's issue.
Hi guys, I'm Paris. I live in Bangkok, Thailand. Today we're going to cover my cost of living in January 2025 on today's episode of Paris in Thailand. Starting off with groceries, which is my third highest category, I spent $399 this month on groceries. I went to the grocery store 4 different times and I also order water to the house. I do cook in my house mainly. I grocery shop at the regular grocery stores and I spend about anywhere from $80 to $130 a week depending on what I'm cooking. I do cook from scratch and I do prefer to cook. I don't shop at markets, which a lot of people save money in this area, but I don't. I prefer the grocery store. I didn't shop at a farmer's market back home and I'm not going to do it in Thailand. I know how I am with food and I just have my preference. By the way, this also includes household items and this breaks down to about $100 a week. Moving on to pet, his food and treats are included in my grocery bill, but I do have to order him litter for the month and that's about $8.39. For transportation, I spent $121 last month, but half of this includes a 2-hour trip to Pattaya and a 2-hour trip from Pattaya, which cost me around $70. And then the rest was on Grab bikes, which are my favorite, and a couple of Grab taxis. Next up is my food category. This would be like hot food, so ordering in, stopping at Starbucks, getting food from different restaurants, and I spent a total of $202 this month on food. Next up is beauty. I spent about $140 with tip included on my hair for the month. I went to Pattaya, Thailand. I went and got my nails done. My nails did not cost me anything, but I still tipped $30. And then I went to my skin clinic and got a face wash refill, which was $30. So this month I ended up spending $198 on beauty services. Next up is phone. It was $79 in total, $15 for my unlimited Thai plan, and then $63 for 2 months of my T-Mobile phone plan, which is text only. I haven't been able to access the payment gateway, but I finally realized I needed to use a VPN, so I settled that bill. Next up is my second highest category, which is crazy because I didn't do anything that much this month. I am in sewing classes, but I prepaid for those. I did pay for my piano lessons. For 10 lessons, it was $300. And then everything else I did for fun includes a birthday dinner for my friend, and then just a couple of gifts I included in this fun because it's just kind of like extracurricular. So it's fun / shopping for me. And my grand total for this category is $500 for the month. Next up was my business bills, which was $192, which includes a hard drive, Google email, ChatGPT, Canva, and more, totaling $192. Next up is miscellaneous, those bills that pop up on you like a thief in the night, especially Apple, and that totaled to $63. Next up is rent and bills, which was the most expensive category. My electricity was $32.50. My water was $3.72. My rent was $1,045 for this month. It does depend on the month, depending on the dollar. My rent includes housekeeping, Wi-Fi, and internet. The total for this month's rent and bills is $1,081. The next category is often overlooked and can also be avoided, and that's going to be international and ATM fees. I spent a total of $26 getting money out of the ATM and paying international fees on things like swiping my card overseas, and I get charged for that by my bank. My final category before we do the grand total is tips. I only spent $30 this month because I didn't go that many places, and my housekeeper loves to run out of my house, but I bought her a gift and I tipped her $30 the first week, and I have not seen her since. Before we get into the grand total, let me just say this. This is my money coming out of my account, and I get to spend it how I see fit. I'm not here looking for financial advice from random people with smaller budgets than mine. This is actually the least I've ever spent while living in Bangkok because I intentionally cut back this month because next month I'm going to Vietnam for a month. Now, my grand total for January was $2,910, which is amazing to me because when I lived in Los Angeles, my rent alone was almost $4,000. The fact that I have paid rent, eaten, enjoyed life for all under $3,000, yeah, I'm not mad at it. If you guys have any questions, let me know and I'll see you in the next episode.
So I left this clip in here because I believe that it's a dope thing to show that there are other alternatives to living in the U.S. Obviously, this lady's in Thailand. She's kind of flourishing. The one thing, though, that I had to say something about is the lady said that her expenses were $4,000 in LA. Now this lady is paying she's saying $3,000 in Thailand and getting half so many more experiences. While that is dope, at the same time I would say for a rainy day, because you never know what could come. And if they devalue the dollar or something like that, you're gonna have a hard time pulling back those expenses once you've gotten used to it. Either way, this is gonna be the end of the video, y'all. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified the next time that I upload. Also, join the Discord, the link will be in the bio, and leave a comment. Let's talk about it in the comments. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.